Okay, so welcome back to the Epic Walkthrough series. We're in SAT Practice Test 1. We're in the second video of the series. We've already gone through the first passage of the reading test. We are on to the second passage. Now, while the first passage was a literary passage, meaning it doesn't have a thesis and supporting details, it just has narrative and dialogue, character development, and plot. Here we have a 5-paragraph essay, which is really nice, right? Everybody understands how that works, meaning you're going to have some kind of thesis concept, supporting details, arguments, and then some conclusion. Okay, so that's really what we're looking for. So in the first paragraph, we talk about millions of shoppers hitting the stores to buy the perfect gift. Okay, so this is about spending money on gifts. Okay, $30 billion at retail stores in December. Okay, aside from purchasing holiday gifts, we have other occasions throughout the year. Weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, baby showers. So this frequent experience. So we're doing this all the time. We never stop buying gifts, right? Okay. So basically that first paragraph is talking about how we're constantly buying gifts. We have so much experience doing this. It says this frequent experience engenders ambivalent feelings. And that's a good vocab word. Ambivalent means kind of like meh, you know, like, meh, take it or leave it. Many relish the opportunity to buy presents because, always circle because, gift-giving offers a powerful means to build stronger bonds. So you can make better friends with your closest peers. At the same time, so now we're going to kind of flip-flop it, many dread the thought of buying gifts. They worry that they will disappoint. Okay, so this is why it's ambivalent. Okay, we might get a good response, we might get a bad response. So even though we're constantly doing this, we don't know whether we're going to succeed. Anthropologists describe gift giving as positive. Okay, so some people say it's positive. Economists, however, offer a less favorable view. Okay, a big waste of resources. People buy gifts that they would not choose to buy on their own. Deadweight loss is the term here, meaning we spend more money on something. So people spend too much. That's what the deadweight loss theory is. It suggests that gift givers are not very good at predicting what gifts others will appreciate. And that's a big point. That's definitely that's the crux of this matter. Research has found that people struggle to take account of others' perspectives. Okay, so we don't think about others. We don't think about other perspectives. Okay. What is surprising, so this isn't surprising, the fact that we just don't do that. What is surprising is that we have so much experience, but we nevertheless tend to overspend. So we have this feeling that the more expensive the gift, the greater the appreciation. So money should equal, hey, thanks so much, I'm so happy. So lots of appreciation. But it may be unfounded. That word unfounded is like smack in the middle there too. It's like bing, bing, bing. It's unfounded. It's not true. Money does not equal happiness. So why do gift givers assume that the gift price is closely linked? Okay, perhaps, this is one theory, givers believe that more expensive gifts convey stronger signals of thoughtfulness. For others, gift giving represents a symbolic ritual. So we're signaling positive attitudes. So maybe we think if we spend more money, we're sending a stronger signal. Again, okay, stronger signal, positive attitudes. Okay. As for gift recipients, they may not construe smaller and larger. So again, it's like this is not true. You know, it doesn't matter what the gifts, how expensive it is. The notion of gift givers and gift recipients being unable to account for one another seems puzzling because we're constantly going back and forth. But we also often struggle to transfer information gained from one role and apply it in another. So just because I'm a gift giver over here, I still don't understand how to be a gift recipient or vice versa. Just because I've been receiving gifts and I've been giving gifts all day long, I still have all these questions. This is the weirdest diagram I've ever done. Sometimes it just helps to get the ADD out. Okay, and then we have a chart that shows the appreciation of less and more expensive gifts on the part of the giver and on the part of the recipient. So you know what? We're 5 minutes in, so that means it's time to tackle these questions. You don't need to spend all 5 minutes. I'm just doing it because I'm talking and I love to talk and doodle. So the authors most likely use the examples in lines 1 through 9 in order to highlight. So why these examples? Well, look at 1 through 9. What are the examples? Well, I highlighted them. Other occasions, weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas, the December holidays, all of those things. So why? Well, I mean, it could be just to say, hey, look at how many holidays we have. So that would be the number of special occasions. But what's the big idea here? Is the big idea, oh my goodness, we buy a lot of gifts? No. The big idea is we buy gifts all the time. And that's A, the regularity with which we shop for gifts. You see that? So the fact that that note came in, we do this all the time. It's frequent. Frequent means regular, okay? So number 12, the word ambivalent. Okay, well, there's a good picture of it, like not sure. Ambivalent means not sure, kind of, whatever. And that would be conflicted. Now, apprehensive is another word that kind of means not sure, but we're not apprehensive about buying gifts. We're just conflicted about whether we like it or we don't. Number 13 says that authors indicate people value gift giving. All right, why? Why do we spend too much money? Well, we think that spending a lot of money will make people happy, right? Yeah. So a form of self-expression, well, that's not going to make somebody else happy. Well, no. And inexpensive, well, that's definitely wrong because gift giving can be more expensive. Requires reciprocate, no. Can serve to strengthen a relationship, yeah, absolutely. Bigger, stronger bonds, stronger signals of thoughtfulness, yeah. Strengthen and strong are all over this passage. And then the evidence for that. Well, all right, lines 44 through 47 are up here. There's nothing there. Definitely not. Just get that out right out of the way. Now, 10 through 13 is over here. So it says, many relish the opportunity to buy presents because gift giving offers a powerful means to build stronger bonds. There you go. Stronger bonds, strengthen a relationship. Done. Okay, the social psychologists mentioned in paragraph 2 from lines 17 through 34. Now, it's important to notice that lines 17 through 34 just refer to paragraph 2, not to the social psychologists. Lines 17 through 34 simply mean this whole entire section. That's all it means. So we need to look for where it says social psychologists, which is right here, social psychologists. And it says that in itself, so not good at predicting, is not surprising. Okay, so which of these means not surprising? Predictable. The passage indicates the assumption made by gift givers in lines 41 through 40. Again, the answer is not to be found in 41 through 44. That just tells you where it mentions the gift givers and their assumption that the more we spend on something, the more it's going to be appreciated. Now, we know that the main idea here is that money does not mean more appreciation. I'm going to do it again. Money does not equal more appreciation. So their assumption that if you give an expensive gift, they'll appreciate it more, it's wrong. So it's got to be incorrect. It's not insincere. We sincerely believe it. It's not unreasonable because it does make sense, and it's not substantiated. It's the opposite of substantiated. It's incorrect. All right, we are flying along here. So we only have 5 questions left. Whoa. Hello. I'll just leave that mark. No, I can get rid of that. Okay. Number 17, which provides the best evidence for that? Okay, well, I have to go back. So I have lines 53 through 55, 55 through 60, and then 60 through 65, 70 through... Okay. So it's definitely all over here. So we're wondering, what does it indicate? Why is it incorrect? All right. Well, if we look here, this doesn't tell us why it's incorrect here. It just tells us what we believe. Gift givers may be motivated to spend more to send a stronger signal. Right here it says, as for the recipients, they may not construe smaller and larger gifts as representing smaller and larger signals of thoughtfulness. Okay, so that is where we are looking. So somewhere in line 63 through 65, that's our answer. That's where it talks about how we know that they are wrong. It's because the recipients basically go, yeah, you're wrong. All right, convey in line 54. Remember how we do this, guys? So where's that word convey? I'll find it with my cursor here. Maybe someday. So we get rid of the word convey. We say, okay, perhaps givers believe that bigger gifts blank stronger signals. Send. We're looking for the word send. They send stronger signals. Okay, transport means send, right? But it's not that kind of send. It's sort of a, which one? Which one makes the most sense? Well, when we're trying to send that kind of a signal, we're trying to tell people how much we care. And that is communication. So I know that was kind of a backwards way to do it. I stumbled onto that one. But when I said send, transport was the first one, but it's clearly not that kind of send. So at that point, you go back and you kind of fill it in with a new word. And what they're really trying to say is, okay, we may show stronger signals. We may tell the person how much we feel. And that's really communicate. Can't really describe that one, can I? Okay, the authors refer to work by Camara and others in line 56. Why? So why do the authors refer to that work? Question. Okay, well, let's look at it. So lines 56. Gift-giving represents a symbolic ritual whereby gift givers attempt to signal their positive attitudes. Okay, so that's what that's all about. So why reference them? Well, I mean, that seems kind of easy. It's an explanation for why people do that. It's just offer an explanation. Okay, it's not introducing an argument. It's in the middle of the argument. It's not questioning a motive or supporting a conclusion. It's just part of the middle. All right, now we have two questions. I just shrunk the whole page. We have two questions. Oh, I shrunk it again. I am messing up here. Okay, we have two questions that deal exclusively with the graph, right? Okay. So that graph, again, sort of shows that for less expensive gifts, okay, the giver thinks, hey, they should appreciate this a ton. But the recipient's like, no, not so much. Whereas a less expensive gift, it actually, we've got it down here, and the recipient sort of thinks higher of it. So in this case, we've got the giver thinking more highly of an expensive gift and less highly of the less expensive gift. Okay, so evidence that gift givers base their predictions of how much it will be appreciated based on the monetary value of the gift. Gift givers think that it will be appreciated a ton if it costs a heck of a lot of money, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And number 21, Leash. The authors would, so number 21, the authors would likely attribute the differences in gift giver and recipient mean appreciation as represented in the graph. Okay, so why do we have this difference? Well, if we think back to the actual passage, it's like, why do we have that? Well, we struggle to transfer our knowledge. That's one thing. We never really communicate very well. We just don't think. It's basically saying we don't understand the other perspective. So that's what the answer has to say. Hey, look at that. Inability to shift perspective. Just by going back to the notes, I wrote that word. Okay? We don't really understand other people's perspectives. Inability to shift perspective. So here we are, a minute under budget on this one. I mean, we took a full 5 minutes to really answer this. So if we just cut that time down a little bit, really, these questions weren't that hard. I mean, the only one that I kind of struggled with, geez, I'm really having an issue, guys. You know what? I'm going to just call this video off for a second. Okay, so here we are. We're basically a minute under budget on this one. I think we did a really good job, honestly. If we just shaved a minute off the reading, which we could easily do because you won't have me standing there talking to you, you could easily take about 12, 13 minutes for this section and you'd be just fine. Okay, so until next time, you guys take care. I'll see you in the next video for the third passage.